me I'm gonna get some trolls with that title.
What was the title?
Not my sister's morning show, but whatever. Well, No Top Thursday.
You may get some strange people in.
Yes, I want to put up with you, Sherry. That's exactly what I want. Um, yeah, you need to come in here. I'm sending you a link. How about that? And then you can do whatever you want with it. I have you on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody.
You're all talking smack. You're like,
I know.
that's on Facebook.
Not at all. Yeah, I'm talking smack to Sherry because she needs to get in here. And I'm like, I have you on Facebook, right? Whoops, maybe I shouldn't have said anything until I knew if I had her on there or not.
I was gonna go fishing this morning, but it's pouring out.
Yeah, that's the best time to go.
Not when it's pouring. When it's light rain, yeah.
I remember a few years back, me and my husband we'd fish every day if we could, and we go out to this little place that has a little dam, and then it has a bridge and stuff that goes across the road, and but we would fish right at the dam, and it started sprinkling, and we stayed out there, and it started raining a little bit harder. We stayed out there. It started just downpouring, and my husband's like, "Screw this!" And I'm just sitting there, sitting on the bank, fishing, rain pouring down. I did not care. I was like, "Screw that! I'm catching a fish today." The only way you're gonna do it is if you sit out, wait for them,
Yeah.
And usually it's a good time to fish.
Did you end up catching one?
Yeah, I did.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean,
at least you brought a fish home.
I was lucky most days, catching fish. I did pretty well.
Yeah. I love fish. I'd fish every day too if I could. And I think I might just work that into my business, fishing.
Yeah.
I could go early in the morning and fish, come home and do my work.
Mm-hmm. Heck yeah.
I got it all figured out how I can fish every single day of my life.
Good morning, Mary and Tiffany and Robin, Hank out Cash. Good morning, Dusty. You're on mute. And you keep freezing, making funny faces.
You can teach a man to fish.
Okay. I can fish every day. I love it.
Or you can take him to the dam and leave him there.
That's right. I saw that movie Life yesterday.
Life. You gonna eat that cornbread? Is that the one?
The one where they're in space.
Oh, yeah, wrong.
The one about the space station.
Oh.
It was all right.
It was good.
Is it a new movie?
Yeah, it's got who's it got in it? Ryan
Seacrest.
No.
Gosling?
Or
whatever the hell it's called.
Ryan Reynolds.
Reynolds.
Yeah. And the guy that played Deadpool. Dusty just dropped out. And
Elvis Presley. Are we still trying to guess who did it?
no, who was the black guy that played in it?
I saw the movie. I have to go look at the. Hold on. Because I really don't remember anybody that was in it. IMDb. It was a slow movie. I mean, it wasn't. Is that the one I'm thinking of?
It was kind of slow, but I liked it. I mean,
or the space station. Oh yeah. We watched that the other day. Ryan Reynolds, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, that's right. Isn't it like
Elizabeth Vargas? Oh, she played a 2020 anchor. I don't see.
Is it the guy from Wu-Tang Clan?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm looking on IMDb.
Will.i.am?
I haven't heard a black guy's name yet, though.
Will.i.am, I think.
Rebecca Ferguson. I mean, if it is, he's not listed in the top like 20 cast people.
Huh. He was the scientist. That's weird.
Hiroyuki Sanada.
No, that was the other guy.
Arion. Oh, here we go. Arion Bucker. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it.
No way.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I don't know what you're telling me.
He played Marcus Johnson in New Blood, the TV series.
Hmm.
Is he the one who gets his hand eaten off? Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like mangled off.
Yeah.
It just ruined the movie for me.
And everybody dies at the end.
Don't say that.
Surprise!
He's lying. He's so lying.
Well, I imagine they would have done a poor job at naming the movie Life if everybody died.
When everybody dies. Oh God.
Kidding.
It makes me. I thought it was like Will.i.am from Wu-Tang Clan because he's been in a couple of things.
No, I'm telling you.
He's been in a couple of
the
movies.
guy up and his name is like Hagiyaka Aimi or something. Now maybe that was the Chinese guy. Hold on. IMDb.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was. Maybe it was Arion
Bakari.
Yeah.
I should work for IMDb.
I didn't know.
Yeah. So there you go.
Anyhow, I thought it was interesting. Do I have an echo?
No. Do I have an echo?
Hey there, Sherry, the cheerful nest.
The cheerful nest.
You have a little bit of an echo.
You have a little bit of an
Topless
echo.
can come. Make sure you come in here topless, Sherry.
Oh.
She's like, oh God, I'm not coming in now.
Great, Sally. You scared her away.
No, I didn't. She's not that shy.
She's tough.
So I sold my brother-in-law. He gave me a box with 4 pieces of long glass in it. And I'm like, okay, I have no clue what this is, but maybe I'll figure it out. So we open it up, we figure out it's the top to an aquarium. And so I put it on my yard sale site because I really didn't want to ship anything like that. And sold it for $30 this morning.
Nice.
I was like, yeah, just get rid of it, you know. I probably could have got more for it, but
Somebody wants to know how to return an item they said isn't functioning. Now they've messaged me back. I mean, what's the easiest way? Just tell them to open a return
yeah.
through eBay. Where do I tell them specifically to go on the buyer side?
They should be able just to go to that product and it should have like a menu.
Automatic returns set up so you will. You know, last time I worked at something, I got told that I was rude and condescending. So,
yeah, better watch yourself. Oh my God, I love that headband.
what headband?
I love it. You know, I was all into Hulkmania whenever I was a kid.
Believe it or not, it's worth about $20.
Yeah, it's awesome. I would believe it.
I found it with my other Hulk Hogan and the glasses. Now I can't even find on eBay, but
Oh yeah,
it's about $60 worth of stuff right there.
that's awesome. There's Sherry.
Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
Oh, it was quiet here until I logged on.
Hi, doggies.
Yeah, let me get her in.
Don't walk away with your headphones in.
Yeah, that wrestling stuff always sells pretty well. I have a pair of WWE. I think it's WWE sheets, like a sheet set. And I'm trying to get 45 out of it. I might have to go down to 35, but
I don't know. I wouldn't, because I sold that wrestling sheet set and I got almost 80 out of it.
really,
And so I wouldn't go down on it, because there's people, because the guy I sold it to was a huge fan, and then he was constantly, it's a part of a whole set. You can actually get sheets, pillowcases, blankets, all 9 yards. And he was looking for more sheets or the curtains. And he was like, my kid wants to have this all in his room, and I'm either looking for more sheets so I can make curtains, or I'm looking for curtains. So, like, if you have any more, let me know. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna find those again.
yeah, and now it's not WWE. Now it's World. What is it now? It's something else.
I have no idea. That's WF.
Yeah,
So that's even,
yeah.
it's like 1984. So that's pre WWF. So
Yeah. It was World Wrestling Entertainment or something like that. Yeah, so yeah. I may have to bump that up a little bit.
yeah,
Because it's
I would
not,
not-
you can't find it.
exactly. So I would not
I mean-
lower my price. If anything, I would raise my price to make sure I have best offer on it. But I would still, you know, there are people out there that are not gonna, that are gonna pay for it. It's one of those things. It's gonna take a little while to sell, but
Yeah.
Cheat. Cheats.
that's the type of stuff I was finding in those box lots for that auction.
That's awesome.
Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning. Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
I haven't done this in such a long time. I actually had to download shit and update shit.
I know your camera's like so much clearer all of a sudden.
Is it? Yay.
Yeah.
Well, this is a different computer than I had before.
Ah, that could be it too.
Dell. The other one was some crappy
Gotta get Dell, dude.
no name shit. Man, I'm swearing a lot. I'm sorry.
You're not doing your other gig today?
It's my channel. It's okay.
Okay. I can effing swear all I effing want to. Sally said so.
That's right.
Oh,
Not doing the other gig until 12:30, so should be getting motivated to do eBay stuff, but
Yeah.
here I am playing. I'd rather do this.
I was up late. I got all that Bennington pottery up last night, so
That's good.
it was like 25 lots.
Mm.
I am officially now, with everything I've sold. I have that auction that I went to last week. I spent $426 on, has now been paid for. So everything else is profit, and I've only listed maybe 30 lots of it.
Yay.
Of course, I got to pick up today. So
Nikki's trying to talk, but I can't hear her.
I bought all those political buttons, Dusty.
Did you get them?
Yep.
I think you'll do good with those. There looks like there's a couple Woodstock ones in there too.
Yeah, I went through and started just trying to look up some individual buttons, and it was $10 to $20 here, $10 to $20. I paid $66 for the lot. So
66?
Yep.
Wow. No, I mean I
So-
think you'll still do great. I just didn't think you'd go that high on it.
I can step up when I think the money's there.
No, I know you do, but you just didn't seem. I mean, when I left you, you were kind of like,
Yeah.
ooh, that one's cool, and then you had to go fix Luke dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
I took.
I
a
was
sec-
just kind of like,
huh?
I was just kind of, I went back through and I'm sitting there. What I did was I let go of most of the radio stuff.
Right.
Because I mean, the radio stuffs are good, but it's $25, $30, per lot, and I was going to have to pay like $10 a piece, so it wasn't really worthwhile. And I didn't get the radio books, but I got all the other books I was bidding on. So I got that big lot that had those Mason books in it and all
Sounds like
that.
fun.
So, but I thought, what, heck with it. There was something, and that was my top bid. I said, what, I'm going to throw a $66 bid on it, and it was at like $32 or something like that at the time, and that's it. I'm not going to go any higher. And as soon as I put my 66, apparently the guy's top bid was 65, because my one bid outbid him, and he never came back on him. So I'll show him tomorrow. I got to pick him up today, but
Cool.
yeah, I think there's going to be really good money in some of the political buttons, and then I can lot a lot of that stuff up. So, and then the pennants are going to be good. I do always do really well with pennants.
So what else? What other lots did you get? That one, what?
I got all the book lots, and I got the sweater lot.
Okay.
So I think I got to relook. I don't even remember at this point. I was so late doing that pottery. Because I wanted to get
Sominex. I think I'd taken a Sominex when I was talking to you because I did not sleep good night before last. So I was like, I just want to get a good night's sleep. So an hour later, I'm just sitting here. I was talking to you, and like the Sominex didn't do anything. So I'm like, okay, I'll take a second one. So then I went in, laid down. I must have fallen asleep for a couple hours, and then I freaking wake up and can't go back to sleep. Not a bit tired. So Sominex in my book isn't working. That's not good.
Tylenol PM or Advil PM or one of the PM ones is the best stuff for that.
Tylenol PM is the exact same active ingredient as the Sominex. Okay, here's what I have. Hold on. And I don't know who this is because I normally don't take this crap.
All I know is I want to kick the bastard's ass who took the changed the formula of NyQuil.
Compared to the active ingredient in Sominex, which is, I'm going to butcher this word, diphenhydramine, whatever. Yeah, okay. Well, this is the exact same. This is extra strength pain reliever PM.
Oh, okay.
Which is compared to the active ingredient and probably Tylenol, because it's just acetaminophen and that same diptyhydra, whatever, exact same milligrams with everything.
Well, I got that Flexograph. Paid $11 for it, and that's gonna be, remember that's that dictaphone with all the records.
Yeah.
That thing's gonna be a super win. I got all those Insomnia production tapes. Paid $6 for those.
Apparently, I need those.
I got
Simply Sleep doesn't work for me, but the Tylenol PM does. So that's the same ingredient, but I don't know. I swear by Tylenol PM.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, I
but
know-
you can become addicted to that stuff. Valerie
I
did.
probably am.
You have to be really careful.
I swear.
I have to take
Trazodone.
it.
I don't want to have to take anything. I just wanted to freaking go to sleep early and stay there. That's all I wanted yesterday. Damn it. And I want to find this box full of crap. And I've tried I've tried, take hot tea. Oh, take honey. Oh, it's short of prescriptions, and I just don't want to take anything.
Drink a beer every night.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
do that too. That works.
12-pack every night.
Beer and Tylenol PM. You're good to
My
go.
mother-in-law's husband, that's what he does every night. He's disciplined. I mean, he'll have beer throughout the day if he wants to, but at night he has one beer or one mixed drink before he goes to bed, and he swears by it. And he goes to bed at 10 o'clock every night and gets up at 5:30 in the morning.
He comes straight home from his AA meeting and goes in and drinks.
And then, like I said, my mother-in-law can't sleep to save her life, and she's started to take what I take is I take Trazodone, which helps me fall asleep, and it doesn't work on her.
You take what?
Trazodone. It's a prescription. It's an antidepressant, but they give it. If you have trouble sleeping, they'll give you that before they will give you Ambien or any of those things. So
I thought that's what you said was Trazodone.
yeah, I like. I mean, what it does is it turns my brain off long enough for me to fall asleep. And when I take that, I get a good solid 4 to 5 hours. I mean, I can't guarantee I get more than that because I usually don't, but that's just me. But I went to bed last night 3:30, I guess, because I was up so late doing that pottery, and then I got up at 9. So was that 5.5 hours?
I'm afraid to open anything else. I'll probably
That'd be nice
crash.
if I could get 5 hours sleep.
So hazard of getting old too.
My whole life, I've only slept 2 to 4 hours a night.
I used to be. Sleep was wasted on the youth. I mean, that's the sad thing. When I was a kid, or 18, 20 years old, I could sleep 12 hours at a drop of a hat.
Just want back on normal, whatever normal is. I don't even know what that means. Normal schedule. Be up in time for the show, like I did this morning, almost, sort of. I mean, I was here, and just be up and I want to be able to find my stuff too. Just be up and going, and then be so tired that I go to bed at 8 o'clock at night. And
Maybe you should just burn a fatty every night.
It's definitely Sally's channel.
Great idea, Sally.
It's all
I mean, you don't have to
good.
smoke the whole thing. Just take a couple of hits off of it.
Perhaps we're all a little too old to be doing that nowadays.
Not trying to make you into a drug addict or anything, but
You shoot some heroin before you go to bed.
Oh, God.
you're right on your way with that Tylenol PM, I tell you.
I mean, worst case scenario, you get Ambien or one of the other ones. That'll get you back on a schedule. You just got to be really careful with that stuff.
I've heard some crazy Ambien stories.
Oh,
well,
Yeah,
Jeff on YouTube, he has some. But yeah, I've had my friend say she shopped. She would book hotel rooms.
Oh,
Didn't know
no.
what she was doing. Yeah.
my mom used to be on that, and she was trying to figure out why she was gaining weight.
She's
And
eating.
She was sleep eating. She would take the Ambien, go to bed, and wake up an hour later, go in, fix herself something to eat, and then go back to bed and have no memory of it whatsoever.
You know what? I wish I could learn to. I could take Ambien and I could sleep list. How awesome
And
would
that
that
would be awesome.
Oh, that would be
You're
awesome.
like, holy shit, I listed 100 items last night.
Figure out how to
The
do
problem is you
that.
just listed 100 items you already had listed. That would be the sucky thing. So.
And they were 99-cent auctions.
And they all sold already, and you have to cancel all of them for taking crap.
Okay, never mind. Bad idea.
We all say we can list 100 items in our sleep. Yeah. Dusty can literally.
Well, I mean, Tristan takes a real low dose Xanax, and she doesn't. She's taken that for a couple of years to help her sleep, and
I had the right
fine. I took Xanax years ago. One of the doctors prescribed it and told me that I was too high strung, or I don't remember what he called it. And then finally I figured out that's just the way I am. Like, I don't need meds to try to fix something that isn't broken. I can't figure out what the hell I did. Don't you hate when you sell something that you suddenly had for like 9 months and you have no clue where it's at?
And then you start to think, did I sell that already?
No, it's because you've rearranged 3 times in that time period.
Yep. Or did I give up on that? Did I give up on those and throw those out?
What would you sell?
Shit.
I think. Oh, there they are.
Yay.
They're about to be. They
I just
migrate
did
to
that.
the closet.
Probably
I just did that thing last week.
They're on the bottom shelf of the closet. Some
You sold 1, now you're going to sell like 17 more. So
5 coffee mugs that aren't even really exciting. That I probably won't make. I had them drop so low. I probably won't make anything after shipping and all that.
yeah,
Where are they going to? I'm sure it's freaking Seattle, Washington.
no. Seattle would be cheaper. It's going to be Tacoma or.
Holy cow! They're going like literally 5 miles down the road.
Nice.
Yeah.
$6 ship. Probably $6.40.
Where is that? Where is? No, okay, I know where that neighborhood. That's behind a hotel. It's right down. It's literally probably less than 5 miles. Okay, that's kind of cool. Sweet.
Sweet, babe.
I don't feel like doing this.
No, there's all these suggestions of blah 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 blah. Benadryl. My only problem is last time I took Benadryl when I had the bee sting thing, I slept till like 3 o'clock the next afternoon. I just want something that knocks me out and I wake up alert, feeling refreshed, like I slept good. Part of the problem is, and Dawn said it a minute ago, I think, you need to work out, then take a shower and go to bed. Well, that doesn't work for me because when I work out, it literally just jacks me up for hours and then I can't sleep. But if I get back, and I haven't been going back to the gym in a while, I've been kind of fell off the wagon because we've been so busy. But if I would get back into that
takes some of your energy
and go
away.
in the afternoon, then I'd probably be tired in the evening. I don't know.
The other
Just get back into
Other Jason asks us, how many of us use the memory method of inventory tracking versus the numbering bin shelf system?
That's Dusty.
We all know that
Mine's
Dusty,
half that way too.
And it works
I'm a
fine.
mix.
It works fine for me. And honestly, in
I'm
my
a
mind,
mix.
I thought that those mugs were on the bottom shelf for some stupid reason. I started looking over here. I mean, the only time I ever run into it's something like that, but 99 times out of 100, I mean, the other 4 items I sold, I can go right to them and tell you where they're at.
Yeah, I mean, I started doing a mix because I filled my shelves up, and I don't have enough space in my listed room, so I started using banker's boxes, and so I have
the banker's boxes.
I put things in banker's boxes, but you know, if I have shelf space, I just put it on. I just say it's on the shelf. I know where it's at then. So I mean, for me, but like I said, all my clothing goes into totes, but they're separated by like men's shirts, jeans, ladies' clothing, things like that, jackets and coats. So I have like 4 or 5 totes that is where my clothing goes, but I don't have that much clothing listed. So, but
Banana, you're full of crap. Your inventory is probably like alphabetized and arranged by color and cross-referenced, and there's probably a list somewhere.
Who said that? Who?
Jason.
Jason Banana says he doesn't inventory anything but his
It's
cash.
whatever works for people. Inventory systems doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for I have a very good memory. Like I remember lots of real weird, like Rain Man type random details, like where everything in here is, and I knew where those were. I just didn't look at where my brain told me they were at. But if I do an inventory system, it just doesn't work. It's like organization doesn't work for me. Organization happens up here. If I try to do it on pen and paper, it won't work. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's kind of. I mean, my problem is I have to be somewhat organized because I have such a small room to put my stuff in, so I can't just go by memory.
Well, no, and that works for some people. That's not a bash on. I mean, like, just because something works for me, it doesn't mean,
Yeah, if I had the amount of shelf space you have, and it's not like you have a great amount or anything, but if I had the amount of shelf space you had, then I probably would not do an inventory system. But because I can always find my stuff that I remember where I put it at. It's the stuff that goes into boxes, those bankers boxes that are blank. There's nothing remarkable about them. Those are the reasons why I can't remember what's in there.
When I look at, like, for instance, what that shelf over there has, okay, here's a good, well, y'all can't see it, but there's a whole bunch of Hallmark ornaments, and there's some hard drives, and there's some football helmet stickers, and it's stacked pretty compactly. And I can kind
See,
of
that's your H shelf. Hard drives, Hallmark, helmets.
helmet stickers.
He uses an ABC method. He just doesn't know.
I know, exactly. He's so brilliant. He doesn't even know it.
Probably some weird psychological issue. So, but if I were to put all that in bankers boxes and I sold one of those Hallmark ornaments, I mean, can you imagine? I'll give you a really good example. You remember with those little figurines that you and I sell that I put all in a box, keep on the shelf. Every time I had to go pull one, I had to pull that box off the shelf, dig through until I found the right one, and it just became. I mean, here's my thing with bankers box. It's kind of like why I used to run a warehouse for a parts company. There's a reason that companies use parts bins, the little small, long, skinny parts bins, and they don't store everything on their shelves in bankers boxes.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not bashing bankers boxes, but you're physically creating yourself going, pulling an item, opening the lid, digging through other items that might or might not look alike.
Yeah.
And then trying to find the one item. So for me, it doesn't work. I'm more of a visual touch feel. Oh, there it is. Brain, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree. I'm the same way, but it's just I have no choice. I have to do it that way. So.
Right.
And the problem is it's something you got to stay up on because I have way too many bankers boxes that don't have anything written on them that I did in inventory when I put them away. But at least I know it's in a box now, so I only have 3 or 4 of those to go through. But
I love the boxes that say miscellaneous. It's like it's got to be in there.
Quite working out there. I've got
everything I sell is miscellaneous.
I've got about 30 bankers boxes. That's the problem. I have a lot of listed inventory that's small. It goes into those boxes. So.
Yeah.
I mean, even using clear ones, I don't think would make a whole lot of difference because once you put enough, the reason for using a box is to go upward this way. Yeah. And I think for me, with as many smalls as I have, I
like the boxes because it's kind of calming to look at the boxes rather than the stuff. So I do like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't do that. I walk out and I look at my desk pile. I'm like,
yeah.
I used to have everything on a shelf, and what happened to me is that I would end up looking past the item. The item would be right in front of me, and I end up looking past it. You know what I mean? Because everything would just start blending together. Then I'd have to have my husband come out, have a fresh set of eyes come out and look for it. And it'd be right there, right in front of me the whole time.
Banana, why aren't you in here?
Because he's a brat. He says he has to go work.
Yeah.
He has to drive to his office.
Yeah. Whose fault is that?
I know.
Got to drive to the massage parlor. Is what he's got to do.
Yeah, exactly. He has to get his morning massage before he can come on camera. I'll just leave it at that.
So what have you been up to, Sherry?
Yeah, I kind of do both. I have all my clothes. I try to do inventory, and everything else I have on shelves.
Diana said in that case you need a list of what is in the box and where. Oh crap! It just scrolled off. and where the item is in the box, like they do fancy candy, tape it to the outside. No,
That's
see, that
gonna
wouldn't work. I don't dig. When I look for something, I dig. I don't like,
Yeah.
it's just, it won't work for me. And that's not a bash on bankers boxes. It's just, if you know, it's Eric's been trying to get me to do it for the longest. And I keep saying, dude, that doesn't work for my brain.
I just mess with him.
And so now he messes with me. And so it's, if you know it's not going to work for your, because you're,
I mean,
you're like I am, if you know it's not going to work and what I'm doing actually does work, it works fine for me. Just every once in a while, because I put up brand new shelves in here. And so I did rearrange a little bit. So my brain is still telling me from 9 months ago, it's over here, and it's not, it's over here. You know?
I mean,
It
you
does.
needed the new shelving. I mean, your shelving was falling apart. I mean,
My stuff was falling behind the shelves, so that's why I needed bankers boxes to contain it.
yeah. Well, Dusty shelves were doing the bin because they were.
Oh, yeah.
And then, but he also
That's scary.
had to go vertical because you went from 700 items to 1,200 items, and you just ran out of space.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
But
the boxes are good for
every
that.
time you rearrange your inventory or move it around, it's hard for your brain to remember because you were handling it, you were listing it, you remember putting it away, but then you rearranged, and that's what screws you up.
Well, and then you become visually familiar, like, because I just went to pull a wick for an Aladdin lantern, and as you noticed, if you rewind this video 5 minutes ago, I knew exactly where it was. I went right to it. Those have been listed for probably 6 months. And as I'm doing that, I'm seeing other items in my brain. It's clicking, it's registering. Okay, there's that.
It's updating.
It's updating. It's familiarity. So now if I sell another item, I'll know, hey, oh yeah, that was right there. You know, I don't know how to explain. It's one of those things, like, it's one of the reasons I don't talk about inventory on shows or whatever, because I don't know how to explain what I do, but I know that it works for me.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, you don't have to explain why you do things you do because it works for you, and we all have to do what works for us.
Mhm.
We all have our own ways of doing things.
Well, but I think people spend a lot of time, especially when they're new, are looking for advice on, like, what's the best way, to do it? How should I do this? How should I do that? And it's like the old adage. It's like I always said, if the topic comes up on a show and you don't know anything about it, don't just try to make up an answer. Just be like, I don't know. Do what works for you and walk away.
Now, to me, my thing is more so because most of the stuff I can remember where the stuff is. Even when I was at over 2,000 items, a lot of stuff I could remember where it was in which box. But my problem is like I've said before, a couple of years ago, I was in the hospital for 7 days. My husband had to find the stuff, which I could just look at my thing and I could tell him my inventory and I said it's in box number blah blah blah, and then he could go get it and ship it out. Then I didn't have to close down my store. He took care of everything. That's one reason why I like the numbered boxes, because then somebody else can come in and take care of my store if need be.
Nobody's gonna ever take care of my store.
yeah, I don't have that problem.
Not happening. Yeah.
Knock on wood, if something happened, I mean, like when I broke my ankle, I mean, I'm trying to remember. I guess I didn't have any. I might have had 1 or 2 items to ship that next morning. I mean, I could walk somebody through doing it, or I would just cancel them and take a hit to my metrics and then put everything else on, on vacation mode. I wouldn't even, me personally, I wouldn't even be worth trying to explain to somebody how to come in here and.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I mean, even I have a partial inventory numbered system. If it didn't have the number on where it was located at, then I couldn't tell somebody where it was at. I had to be there for it.
Now, I have done it before with Gabe, our son, and I have done it before with him where he turns on FaceTime on his phone, and I've walked him through, like, doing something really simple, like kind of changing some setting in my eBay account that I can't figure out how to do from my phone or whatever. I mean, I've even walked him through shipping a package or whatever. It's not, it's not terribly hard. He's smart enough to figure it out.
Another thing, like a few years ago, when I did the school, there was a STC. It was a vocational school for high
STD?
schoolers.
The STD school.
Nice.
You knew Dusty and I were going to be all over that.
It was a technical it was a technical school for high school students, so they could start getting credit while they're still in high school. Anyways, they had machine shop and they had auto shop and all that other stuff. Well, I bunch of like Briggs and Stratton small parts, and I just sold the crap out of those. It was crazy. Anyways, with all those little parts and little baggies and stuff like that, the numbered system really made it a lot easier too. So things like that, when you sell stuff like that, it's a lot easier to find that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have a system for my. I mean, there's a relay that I just shipped. I mean, they're in boxes that are numbered with the last. Actually, it has the whole part number, but sometimes I'll put like the last 4 or 5. I do create internal numbers that I put in my listing when I have an item, like those relays. I have 5 or 6 different varieties. They all pretty much look alike, but they have different part numbers. So they're in 5 or 6 different boxes with the number on the outside. I mean, I do have some stuff like that. I don't just like dump a couple of thousand loose relays on the shelf and then go, well, I guess I've figured out which one it is.
Comfortable Life says I put in categories. Of course, my wife doesn't know the difference between a radio and Legos.
We gotta hope she doesn't watch this show.
Just kidding, honey.
Gonna get in
Yeah,
trouble.
right. And he says he loves you very, very much.
I mean, I have Grandma's Magic Classics is saying I have the bulk of it in bins that are numbered, bins with inventory lists, and I have a spot for postcards, etc. I mean, I have like a bin back there that's all paper goods. So if I sell something paper, if it's a book, it's on a shelf in the closet. If it's a paper good, it's in that bin, and everything is standing up and everything is sleeved. You know, at least in some kind of protective sleeve or plastic or something or bag.
Right.
And everything is standing up in this bin like that. And so it's really easy to just flip through there and find what I want. I sell a bunch of little like old toy pamphlets. Those I do have a stock number that's in my listing. You know, it's a stock number or whatever. But then once again, they're all sleeved and they're all standing up in a box. So when I go, oh, I sold one. Oh, it's number MCM 07, then I go just flip through and pull it out. I mean, I do have a system on like type stuff.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't know. I mean, maybe I just sell a weird kind of inventory. I don't know.
Dusty, what's this?
A tin toy? Is a guy punching another guy?
Yeah, it's Clinton and Dole, but I'm like, what the hell do you call this?
Is that really Clinton? Hold on, don't make him not. Oh, it is.
It's Clinton and
Dole.
Dole, yeah. So it's a political thing. Just a political tin toy. I mean, it's
Political tin toy.
Yeah, you probably will find something like that.
I was gonna say it's vintage, but if it's Clinton and Dole,
No, I have the label from it. 1996. That's vintage.
Ish.
According to Etsy, that's vintage.
According to Etsy, everything from 5 years ago is vintage.
Yeah.
20.
I can't believe 1996 would be considered vintage. I graduated in 92.
You're a kiddo, actually.
Does that mean my daughter's vintage? She was born in 97.
Yeah.
If my other daughter was born in 93, they must be vintage.
Yep.
Me and Sherry graduated in 84.
86.
You were in 86. Okay, I'm older than you then. Or you were in school.
I still think she's lying.
No, that's right. You're just a little bit younger.
I will never
49.
believe you, Sherry.
gonna be the big 5-0 next year. You better believe it. It's happening.
Oh, I zipped past that number already. Well, I will in a week or so.
Tim from Tempe says
You look too good for your
Sorry.
age.
Thank you. It's the camera.
Welcome.
It's all smoke and
No,
mirrors.
it's not. No, it's no.
Shut up.
Okay, are you two done? Tim from Tempe says he has a vintage denim jacket that's a DKNY, and her prices are all over the place, all the way to a few thousands. I have a first year denim jacket. I don't know what first year means. But like Eric said, if you look up
It's Donna Karan. I mean, it's a designer. It's a name.
DKNY, even if you put DKNY, which I think probably interchanges with her name.
There it is.
Look, Tim, make sure you're looking at just the soles. I wouldn't pay attention really to the actives.
Yeah,
But I'm not seeing any in the thousands though.
I saw 90 was the highest dollar sold one that I saw. So yeah, I'm not saying. I mean, I don't know what you have into it, but it's still as long as it's a stylish. I mean, there's so many different cuts of that, so you have to kind of price it where you want to price it at. But
Well, I mean, that's the problem. Not all vintage is cool. Like there's some vintage that is, isn't.
Like this is worth like $8.
It's because it's not vintage.
Yeah.
But
Shut up.
I mean, not all vintage clothing is worth selling just because it's a good brand. You know what I mean?
and the problem is vintage guys clothing you can pretty much sell. It's the vintage women clothing doesn't sell quite as fast or near as good because it's a different cut now and people don't want it.
I would say, and this is kind of a bold statement, but I would say that women's fashion changes more than men's does.
Oh yeah, that's no doubt. I still wear t-shirts from the 90s, believe me. Yeah, I'm not.
Well, that's you, Eric. That's not like fashion in general.
Yeah. You're not like a
I'm a-
fashionista.
Yeah.
I think it was one of the comedians out there, and I can't remember who it was, said that the difference between men's closets and women's closets are judged differently. When a guy makes a clothing purchase, it has a lifetime contract. When a woman makes a clothing purchase, every spring it's got to make the team. If it doesn't make the team, it's gone. So I mean, that's.
I'm not a fashionista, but yeah, that's.
Oh, you're more of a
about
dude.
right.
So
Tim says
I
if
just
you go
cut myself. I think I need a tetanus shot now. I just cut myself with this thing. Freaking thing's not even worth money. What the hell?
Tim said if you
Okay.
go off of eBay, the lot are 2,000 to 3,000. But Tim, what you're seeing is asking prices. I mean, I would venture, unless you're seeing actual solds that sold for that.
Yeah,
you
I
can
have
ask whatever you want, but
I have a denim jacket that's like an acid washed, frosted. That's the one that you bid on yesterday, Eric.
Yep.
And it's from the 90s.
I can't believe you turned me down. I was giving you a profit.
I know you were. Except for the shipping.
Is that a free ship one? I didn't see. I wasn't paying attention to it.
Yeah, so and I have mine listed for $50 and I have 3 watchers, 21 views. Yep.
New York City.
So
Yeah, I mean that's why I don't really buy that much women's clothing because it's just you've got to hit the right pieces, and that's for a guy. I can't do it. I mean, I get classic pieces. I mean, I can I understand. I mean, you can go buy women's jeans. Take good measurements. Those are usually pretty good sellers and things like that. But it's got to be something really special for me to listen for as a woman's clothing. Now, sweaters, I'll do women's sweaters all day long, as long as it's a brand that I really trust. And there's not many sweater brands for women's clothing that I trust.
Yeah.
Mainly made in Ireland or made in Australia. I mean, it's got to be someplace where they're known for their sweater making. So,
right.
What do you mean you don't trust them?
for resale, I don't trust the brands from with my eye because I'm not a big. I don't look a lot of things up. So it's my eye. It's more my eye, not the clothing itself. I don't know, and I don't take current on what looks good and what stays hot. Like I said,
Oh,
yeah, if my wife was still with me, I would be buying women's clothing left and right because
I mean, there's more to selling clothing than just knowing brands, but I think a lot of people get into it and run on the assumption that,
Yeah.
oh, it's polo. It's going to do, we talked about this the other day or other night, but,
Yeah.
you know, oh, it's going to do great because it's polo. It's got to do great. No, there's some polo stuff that's just not desirable.
No.
It's not in fashion. A lot of polo stuff is very classic and timeless, but you know, there's a lot of it that just that ain't gonna sell. That's not the style of colors
You
right
have to-
now, or the style of fabric.
Yeah, you have to have a good color,
well,
in
I
style
like
design.
polo shirts and the polo, the big pony polo. That's the only type of polo that I would pick up anymore because I know I can flip that stuff fairly quickly.
Right.
But or if it's new with tags, I'd probably buy polo new with tags. But
Mhm.
your standard polo, little pony shirt, I'm not buying. I give those to my son.
Do people buy the big pony stuff though?
Oh yeah, that's the stuff that's worth a little bit more money.
Isn't that kind of a?
They're ugly.
I
Isn't
agree.
that a little bit more of an ethnic thing though? Like where I live, okay, I'm just going to say, well, I'm going to say where I live, like white people don't wear, white guys don't wear big pony stuff. I mean, is that the way it is everywhere? I'm asking seriously. Is that the way it is everywhere?
Yeah, I mean, I can sell big pony polo all day long, but you don't see it very often, and that's why you can sell it because it's just not that out there.
And the reason I said that is because it seemed to me like if it's more predominantly one race than another, then you've kind of limited your audience a little bit, you know, to only one ethnicity is going to tend to probably wear that more. Wow, that just all came out wrong. You know what? And somebody will spin that around and make it. But no, it was just being honest. I mean,
Let's just rescue him and change the subject. Okay. Has anybody seen the polar bear?
Jason has a bunch of fat farm clothing. All right. I mean, that's
luck with that, Sherry.
worn by one race more than another. Not a big deal.
I can mute him. That's what he used to do to me. I can mute both of them, and then me and you can chat.
All right.
She gets on the show. She hasn't been on in months. Now she's like, I
know.
Time out.
I'm out.
Hey,
What were you gonna say though about the polar bear?
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
Is that what
Blackberry
you're
Thistlety said if it has a polo bear, not polar bear, polo bear, that it's gold.
Never seen that.
I've never seen a polo bear.
Me
I need to
neither.
look that
Let's
up.
talk about the teddy bear.
they used to put big teddy bears on a lot of their stuff.
Yeah, when the Ralph Lauren has the teddy bear. Yeah, I've seen I actually had a sweatshirt that had that on it. I did really well.
Good to know.
It talks about I need to dig my members only jackets out. Vintage 1980s members only jackets sell good. Yeah, unfortunately, London Fog sucks.
Are members only jackets still selling? That they tanked for a while about 10 years ago.
They're back up. I mean, they do all right. I mean, not great, but they do all right. You can sell as long as they're the 1980s members only. 70s, 80s ones. You can't because the members only is still producing, but they don't have the same quality. You really need to wear your members only jacket with your Ferrari sunglasses.
Still lives in the fashion capital of the world. That's hilarious. He didn't find it as amusing as I did, apparently. But
No, I'm trying to figure out the weight on something.
Postcard lots.
Nice face.
Magic Classics selling postcards. Postcards are always good.
I have a ton, and they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, you gotta do them if they're not super interesting. You gotta do them in lots.
I have them in lots,
Oh, well, you're sucking.
but they're like the, buy at the souvenir shop type stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, how old are they?
Box of them. I don't know. I forget. I listed them a long time ago.
Yeah, I like old postcards. I'll buy them, but it's got to be like pre-1940. I have some German ones I need to just take them down as singly listed and list them as one big lot.
Yeah.
Tim and Tippy Garrett says he still has parachute and spandex.
I still wear parachutes and spandex.
Zima 2017.
Yes, yay, Zima.
Sherry's not happy unless she doesn't get up and put on her hammer pants. I mean, that's all it is.
Wow.
Mhm.
Can't touch this.
Mhm.
And it's usually after she's done her other gig and she's hit the Zimas pretty hard at that point.
Yeah, that's my third gig. I dance online in my hammer pants. To an audience of 0.
That was weird. I dug this buckle out.
King David. Brand
I
of
thought
what?
it was going to be a tobacco related thing.
Sounds like cigars, is it not?
Nope.
King David.
They were actually
Oh,
a food producer.
Condoms?
They're a food producer out of California. They do oranges. They're related to Sunkist.
Huh.
It's like 1930.
Huh.
So I don't know if it's worth anything or not, but I'll throw it up.
Banana, you can't throw out those one-liners and just run away.
Nah, he's so used to, oh, I've got a headache excuse.
Yeah, but he's he's chatting up
Your
a
honeymoon's
storm.
over, dude.
Ooh, what?
And then not come in here and let people pick on you back.
Exactly.
Apparently, let's make fun of Alabama hour. Because God knows everybody else in here lives in such a normal place.
I live with the Amish people. I like it.
Saying you like guys with like really fuzzy faces and everything.
Yeah, and they smell fantastic from working on the farm all day. Yummy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean Sherry used to go parking, but she got confused by all the buttons. It was tough. So
That was like, I think my favorite of Nicolas Cage is in Con Air, where he's all sweaty and dirty and running from the
Yeah.
flames and whatever. But in reality, if I actually was to take him to bed, he would probably have to take a shower first.
Yeah, once you get a whiff of that, you'd be like, yeah, no.
But it's sexy looking at him like that. But yeah, my husband was like,
As long as
"Yeah,
you don't have to
really, could not let
smell
him
'em.
bed with you."
How did we get
Diana
on-
sells on eBay. She's gonna hit your area, Lancaster, Avondale.
How did we get on sweaty Nicolas Cage? Where did
Yeah,
he
you
go?
are in my area.
I love Nicolas.
It's Nikki's fault. That's how.
Yep, I'm in Lancaster.
They're so lost.
Community aid
Hi,
is my
Valerie.
favorite.
Jerry
What's
was talking
today?
about sweaty Amish people.
Oh,
How effective it is.
That's fun. Valerie said she's gonna hit the bins today and probably a few
Oh.
thrift stores.
It's hard when you're traveling by plane, though. You can't get much unless you ship it.
Yeah, I mean, I know people who actually go out and if they get on the road, they'll actually just box it all up and ship it to their home.
Yeah.
Hey, you've done that before, haven't you, Dusty?
what's that?
Didn't you're on vacation or something, you buy a bunch of stuff and you ship it to your house? Or to your post office store or whatever it is. But
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons I like having a mailbox store, is then I don't have to worry about sitting on my porch or having a neighbor get it or
yeah.
whatever. But yeah, you can totally just drop stuff back to you.
Did you ever make it back down to Emmitsburg, Sherry?
No, I want to go now that it's. I think we went like to the first one of the season or something, and
They don't have seasons that goes all the time. You just went to a bad weather one.
yeah, because it was only like a third full. I can see how that would be a good one though, for sure.
Yeah. I said you'll spend 150.
I don't like it because it's a Sunday, so you can't. I was passing all these closed thrift stores, and it was bugging me. I'm like, oh, we need to come like on a Saturday so we can stop.
You don't need to. If you stop and fill your truck, you'll never have any room when you get to the auction. Like I said, that auction will fill your car for $100. So
Yeah. And then somebody was selling puppies there, so I just got distracted and I got it. I was like, oh, puppies.
Can't resist puppies.
Oh, they were so cute.
Yeah, that's a really good auction. I mean, it's. I haven't been there in years, but I don't think they're going to change anything.
No, it looks like it's been there for 100 years.
Yeah.
The building, I'm surprised it's still standing, actually. It looks kind of scary.
Yeah.
It's kind of leaning and
It's definitely a. I mean, they run a cheap show. I mean, there's no doubt about
country.
it. But that's what they get. They get cheap auction stuff. They don't get a lot of high dollar stuff except for their coins. But they are storage unit buyers. That's all they do all day long is go out and buy storage units and bring it back and dump it out on the tables.
They had a lot of jewelry, and they had one person like buying it all.
Yeah,
She had a bag, and they would hand her the tray, and she would just dump it in her bag, give it back, bid on the next one, dump it in her bag, give it back. It was like they weren't even looking at anybody else.
But you got to get in to the jewelry case.
Yeah.
And you got to box out your spot because they will crowd that case.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
buy because you have no idea what the heck they're selling.
Inside, it was very claustrophobic. I didn't like the inside at all.
Well, the inside, about 11 o'clock, the inside gets good because that's when they bring all the decent, what they consider decent high dollar stuff. People they don't get a lot of high dollars for, but it's the better stuff is on the inside.
Yeah, they had some cool stuff there. Oh.
But even then, you can get it cheap. I mean, I was never paying that much money for stuff there. I mean, the most I ever spent money on there would be, I used to buy Crocs, like the blue painted Crocs, stoneware Crocs, and take them down to another auction and flip them. So I'd have sometimes have to pay $60 or $70, but I knew I was going to get 150 or 200 bucks out of them. So, oh, hello.
I'm catching up on what Diana Sells is saying.
I wish I would have caught some auctions while I was over there instead of going to New York City.
I should have gone to New York City and walk in some of their junk stores and realize what your stuff is worth to some people. That's what I like doing. A high value area, and then you walk into their used goods stores or their antique stores, and you're like, "Are you really getting that much money for this stuff?"
Yeah. Well, like when we were in Pennsylvania and some of the stuff at the flea market, I was like, "Holy shit! I can't believe how expensive this stuff is." And yeah, I was like, "Dang, I should have brought a damn trailer with me full of stuff."
Oh, squeaky chair.
Don't lie.
We were trying to look at Jim Bennett and I were talking last night about getting out and doing some auctions, and there's pretty much one. I mean, in our area, there's one every night of the week. It just depends on how far you want to travel. What's today? Thursday?
Yeah, if I go to auctions, if I'm going to have Thursday's a good night for auctions, and there's probably 7 or 8 that I can go to.
The Thursday one in Lick Skillet, Alabama. The auctioneer just actually, it's in the Lick Skillet dance bar. It was pretty cool though. They had a great snack bar. And of course, 50% of the people only showed up to eat their chicken salad, so you didn't have a whole lot of competition bidding on stuff. But the guy just canceled it. And it really wasn't that far out in the country. It was far enough out that with AT&T, I didn't get any signal. So it was one of those where you kind of had to know what you were doing and go with your gut because you weren't going to be able to look everything up.
I've got 18 auctions within 50 miles of me tonight. Now, some of these are online auctions that are local online auctions.
Yeah, we got a bunch of those, but I'm trying to see. Hold on. Auction zip. I mean, it shows 6 for today, and
I've got 3 that are antique, and then I've got a couple of real estate, and I have some government auctions that are online, and the rest are local online auctions, which again are good. A lot of it's Amazon return stuff, but there are some estate sale stuff in there. So I mean, there's one good one that I would go to that I've been to on Thursday nights. It's actually really pretty decent, and the prices are really reasonable.
I mean, also depends on how far you want to go. I always search within 100 just to make sure I'm not going to miss anything. I mean, there's one in Red Bank, Tennessee, which I had never heard of. Apparently, that's a suburb north of Chattanooga, and it actually looks pretty cool. And preview starts at noon, and it ends at 6 o'clock, or it starts at 6 o'clock tonight. But I mean, do you really want to go to an auction and then be driving 2+ hours home in the dark? You know, for me, that's the harder it is getting there and coming back, and the more time it takes, the more I'm going to have to make. You know.
Well, but you also have to look at it. It's also one of those things where the harder and more pain in the ass to get to is everybody else is thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And that's how you can usually pick up your cheaper stuff in quantity. I mean, you just gotta, sometimes you gotta get out there and explore. I mean, for Jim, it's going to be good because he just needs to learn a different method of sourcing. He can't go to thrift stores.
Right.
So he's got to take all he could do is take a couple $100 to an auction and see what he can get, and then see how fast he can flip it. Oh, there's an MG at the auction.
There's a gun coming up at one of ours, and I'm seriously, I know that's a lower end, the one I sent you. I know that's one of the more entry-level ARs, but
yeah, that should sell for about $400.
I'm telling you where it's at. I watched him run some. You remember the pictures I sent you that time of the old, like, kind of rusty pistols and stuff like that? Some of that stuff, even the stuff that wasn't rusted, ended up going for like less than $20.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that's for that gun. There we go. Brand new right now, you can get it for $379.
But I think if you add on everything else that's on that one's a little bit different model. Plus, somebody's added a scope onto it, which I don't know what kind of scope it is.
I had that one. Believe me, I know. It's not. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just considered the low end. It's mainly a lot of polymer on it. So, it's a good gun. But yeah, you can get it for $399 from the non-member from Sportsman Guides. You know, you might be able to pick that thing up for $250, but then again, you get people that get crazy and think there's a lot of value in those, and they don't realize what they're looking at. It's not a Colt or, you know, some of the other brands. Yeah, see, I paid $579 for mine, but then I sold it during the AR craze and got like $715. So I mean, I made money on mine. And I never intended to sell it. I got here and I don't have any place to really shoot it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of it.
Bearded Picker said, "Don't be a wuss. I'll drive when I get back." Well, you're the one that just up and left. He's good. He doesn't mind driving. He drives. It works out perfectly. He's like, I got the van. Let's all hop in the van. We got, you know, he'll put one seat in there, so there's plenty of space. He doesn't mind driving. So it's like, okay, perfect.
Yeah, I mean that's what you guys got to do is get out there and hit some of those little further away auctions. And all you're doing is you're trying to find that one auction that you got the same 20 people go to, and they won't spend more than $5 on an item.
There's one tomorrow night that's where that gun is that I know is a good one, and it's one I go to on a regular basis. The only problem is it's an hour, a little over an hour getting there, and it is 2-lane country highway coming home for about 30 miles until you get to the interstate. So you're going to be, you know, watching for deer, and I mean, it's just, and you're literally not going to get out of there till, if you stay till the end, till 11:30. So you're going to be dragging home at 12:30.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can call me a wuss for that one, but my days of chasing the late night auction, unless there's really good crap there, those days are kind of over.
Yeah, I had one in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, that I got there at 3 o'clock, and it had really good clocks, and it was the only reason I was there, and I bought a couple things at like right at 3 o'clock, and then they drifted away from that table. It was like it was in a hall, but the lady was just droning and droning and droning. I stayed. I'm like, I'm going to stay until I can buy these damn clocks that I want. And she finally got back to about 2 o'clock in the morning. I know I took a nap in there sometime. I just passed out. I was so tired. But they get done, and you know, the only reason it was profitable is I was buying, you know, Mission Oak clocks for $5. And I knew I could take them down and flip them for $80 or $90. So I ended up buying like 10 clocks, and I paid like $5 a piece. I just kept buying them, and I took them down to my local auction and ran them through, and I was getting $70 to $80 a piece for them. But normally I would not have stayed that long. I've done that a few times where I've been at auctions where I've got there 2 or 3, and you don't get out till 2 or 3 in the morning. Those are fairly rare. I mean, 6 hours is about the most I want to spend at an auction.
I really want to ship this guy's stuff that he wants me to hold for 4 weeks. That is making me crazy. What if I just go ahead and print the shipping label and just stick it on a shelf and write myself a reminder?
You're gonna get dinged no matter what you do. So
I'm already dinged because I didn't ship it yesterday.
well, you can't print the label because, well, I mean, you might be able to, depends on what your post office would do. They don't like a dated label though.
I don't care.
Yeah, see, I've actually ran into that when I lived in West Virginia, where I walk in and I printed the label and it took me 2 days to get to the post office and they wouldn't accept it because I printed the label 2 days ago. That was a bad post office.
Banana.
Hey,
You had to find this prison orange jumpsuit. That's why.
To match you.
if you see my camera go off, it's because I shit my pants and had to go in the bathroom.
Ew. Okay. Didn't have
Well,
to share that.
I'm only kidding. I just have like a headache, and like a little fever last night.
Hmm.
I mean, I have the air conditioner on 68 right now, and I'm hot. So,
Oh boy.
yeah, but I actually feel okay now.
Don't breathe in the
You just gotta
microphone.
stay inside and buy storage units.
You know it. I was this close, Eric, on that one yesterday. This close.
That was too much, dude. That was way too much money.
Well, no, it wasn't that in the last a couple hours, though. It was only at like 2 something.
Even $2,000 was too much money for that.
The main problem was it's 3 hours away, and I just, when it started to get up there too high.
What did it finally sell for?
41.80.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's going to be hard to get some profit out of.
Yeah, especially if those guitar cases are empty.
Yeah. I mean, there could be good guitars in there, but I mean, I still think that $4,000. I don't think you're going to get that out of the electronics.
I know. But, what are you going to do? It wasn't meant to be. None of that stuff was like super easy peasy to ship either. So,
No, that was all pain in the ass stuff.
yeah, that's why I wasn't totally excited about it.
Are the other ones still going?
Yeah, but I don't know. It's a 10 by 25. That's a lot. And it's stacked to the
You've
roof.
been waiting for months to show back up?
Oh, that? No. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You were all in on them before. Now they showed back up. You're going to back out?
It's been tossed a bit. I'm kind of.
I don't care.
Yeah?
Still think I'm going to look at it right now. I got them saved, so.
Yeah. I don't like when something's been going through.
Well, you get 2 of them this time, though.
Yeah, for double the money.
Yeah, but you remember the posters are still there. I don't think that one's been tossed. The original one?
Man, I studied those pictures for so long that I can tell a lot of stuff's moved around.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of good stuff in there.
True. But that's a problem. That one's 10 by 30 and 10 by 15, right?
Yeah, you're into a rerun. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Or you're gonna get a giant box truck to get everything out of there.
Yeah, but the problem is just me hauling it. Like those are like some big things, man.
Yeah, I looked at the smaller one, the smaller one, and you've got some installation pieces that are probably 20 feet long by 10 feet high.
Yeah, not to mention where am I going to put it?
Well, you got to sell some shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm working on that.
I'm telling you, that's still good money. I mean, even just the posters
Oh, I know.
and the flyers. I mean, you're going to sell that stuff is going to be great residual income. You're going to make a ton of money off of that stuff.
Ton of money.
Ton. Eric just likes to spend my money.
Yeah, he's really like frivolent with your money. When it comes to him, he's like, oh, hell no.
Well, all I got to say is, who has lost money following my recommendations?
I know, but it's like whenever Eric goes to buy something, he's like, "No, I'm not spending more than $100." And he's like, "Yeah, Jay, spend $6,000. Go."
Actually, I back off more than Jason wants to admit. I was like, nah, I don't think I spend that much. He's like, no, I gotta have it. Bang,
It
bang,
keeps
bang.
going. Yeah, he stays pretty calm spending that kind of cash.
You know, I spend almost.
He's neurotic everywhere else, but he's calm on his auctions.
150 last
Love
night.
you, Jason.
You know, you know, like I said, I'll say if you have the money, spend it to make it. But I back out a lot of things because I don't. Mine's more of a space issue than anything.
Yeah, that's what I have. A space problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually fix that this weekend.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna go to Home Depot and I'm buying a bunch of the big square boxes. What are they? 18, 24, 24, 24s, whatever. And I'm gonna take all my unlisted inventory and get it into organized boxes and put it into my garage so that I have one giant, it's like a storage unit in my garage, and I can just go grab a box and bring it in when I need to. I can't do it in the house anymore. It's just too crazy.
Yeah.
It does something to your psyche too. It's like,
Yeah.
where do I begin?
Well, the problem is that I have older inventory. They sell real good stuff, and I go through it and I grab a few pieces every now and then. People constantly buying, which is the real issue. But you know, I'd have no space to sort that. I end up sorting it in here, which really should be my clean workspace, and that's what slows me down.
You know, I just realized the bastard's making fun of my orange shirt, and he's wearing a fucking orange shirt.
Yeah. I told you, you're matching him.
Hey, what's going on?
We have two convicts that should be picking up trash along the road here. I don't know how they got in here, Sally.
That's hilarious.
Sally's going for views. She's going for boob views right now.
I thought Jim was the only one picking up trash on the road.
How about that?
Oh,
Woohoo! I'm number one.
somebody has their sound too high. I suspect it's Dusty since my camera keeps going to him. And he always tries to look innocent.
Everybody just give everybody else a bird. It'll be all okay.
Yeah, Grandma Magic Class said she's got to stop sourcing for a bit because she's got some big bills to pay. Sucks, but I'm used to budgeting with weekly check. This is just different. I mean, that is a huge, huge difference in this job. Is you've got to be able to pull money out to pay your bills as well.
Yeah, and then still have money for those opportunities that come up.
As a matter of fact, it's not me echoing, but I was just paying our rent online with PayPal while we were talking. While I was doing that.
Yep, I will transfer money over, and I was surprised. I did a PayPal sweep on July 4th.
It's Eric. No. Who's echoing?
Well, ours is pretty cool because our landlord has it set up where you can pay directly through a website. And so if I pay with my debit card, I actually get it processes as a credit card, and I get whatever it is, 1% back.
Isn't that amazing how the echo goes away? When you do
Bobo,
Jason,
I want to see Bobo. Let us see Bobo.
But I got
I
like,
muted you.
You were muted, Jason. Eric muted you,
As soon as you
Jason.
muted me, I was getting an echo of you.
Yeah, but the echo went away when I muted you.
No, I was still
Bobo,
listening.
we want to see Bobo.
But
We want Bobo. We want Bobo.
now I have $2.17 left in PayPal.
Look at the Bobo. Oh,
Cute.
you have to say something. Okay, there we go.
you got to unmute first. So
Aw.
How's he going to unmute? He doesn't have a
There we go. This is Bobo.
Aw.
He's a good
He's
boy.
cute.
He's
What is it?
Jack Russell.
How old is he? He looks like a puppy.
okay, who's got a bigger animal,
Right.
Bobo or the cat?
He's a good boy.
Is he Chihuahua and Jack Russell, you said?
Yeah.
Oh.
Cute.
Jack Russell backed a Chihuahua into the corner and had his way with her.
He's a Jackie Wawa.
It's called a Jacka Chihuahua, actually. Or a Jack Chi.
Set up this inhuman rape of Chihuahuas is what you're trying to say.
Oh my gosh.
See what you started, Sherry?
I'm sorry. I should have known better. Oh my God, Dusty. Look at his guilty little face when he types that shit into the side chat. He's like,
And you know what it is? I don't see it right away because in order for me to see whatever chat is, I have to like expand the window. So that's why there's a delay.
I did not see that.
Lucknut's getting his cojones cut off either next week or the week after.
PayPal working. Grandma Magic talking about PayPal working capital, and it is a viable option to pay off some extra bills, especially credit card bills, because you're not. I mean, get rid of that interest and everything.
you have to be like invited to that, right? You can't like apply for it.
No, you can apply. You have to. You have to have over $15,000 in sales in the last year.
Oh,
If you have over
that
that
happened.
in the last year, then you can apply for a loan, and then you'll get like 18% of that value. So it's like $1,000 is where they want you to be. You can borrow like that. The first time you borrow, I mean, it's going to be like $1,000. If you're at that level, I mean, some of us are a little higher, so you can get higher amounts. And then the last time I borrowed like $4,000.
And then you also have
it's
PayPal
really
credit.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. PayPal credit is the thing you have to kind of.
I have that. Yeah, that's really hard to use too.
It is.
Because how's it going? Because you use it and it'll take out of your balance, even though you don't want it to.
I
like having everything come out of PayPal. I like when they manage all that because I don't have to think about it.
The thing with the working capital loan is it's going to be, like Eric said, it's going to be an upfront fee regardless of how long it takes you to pay it back. So if you borrow $1,000 and they charge you, I don't know,
it's like $200 or something.
$200 fee, it's going to be, hey, you owe us $1,200 back. It's an upfront fee. There's no extra interest. It's front loaded, so to speak. But
the nice thing is you get a chance to figure out how you're going to pay it back. You can do 30%, 20%, 15%, I think, if you have borrow a certain amount. I mean, and that's out of every single sale that goes into your PayPal account. So, and they take it out, now they take it out up front. So.
yeah, they used to take it back once a day, like whatever you sold the previous day. If you were on the 20% repayment plan, the next day it would suck out 20% of whatever you sold. Now, immediately, like he's saying, when you get paid for an item, if somebody pays you $100 and you're on the 20% repayment, they pay you $100 through PayPal, and immediately $20 comes out for working capital. Yeah. So it can be a decent loan if you're selling a lot of like $9.99 free shipping stuff. The problem you're probably going to have is you're going to find that, okay, then you're taking your free shipping off, then you've got PayPal or eBay fees, and you're not going to be left after they suck out $2 to repay or whatever. If you have a nice mix of some higher dollar items as well, I mean, and you need the capital to expand your business and allows you to do some stuff that you ordinarily wouldn't buy maybe because you didn't have the money, then yeah, it can be a good thing. I think you just have to weigh it all.
Why do I always feel like Dusty's talking directly to me when he says that stuff?
I wasn't talking.
I would love to have higher dollar items in my store. It's just not in the cards for me right now.
No, and you can do good with, I'm reading all the side chat stuff, blah, blah, blah. I mean, and you can do fine with stuff like that, but if you throw a working capital loan on top of selling some $4 items, you can find yourself in trouble.
Getting, underwater.
But I mean, that's the nice thing about the working capital loan. You're going to pay it back as long as you have steady sales, no matter what.
Yeah, because they're going to take it no matter what.
Yeah, they're going to take it. But the nice thing is, you know that your money that you get in PayPal is yours to spend. I mean, that's what I hated about the once a day sweep was I got to account for that. But, you know, the next day, whatever money's in there is mine to deal with. I got to take care of my shipping and all that. But you know, I knew that money was available to me. Whereas before, it was always like, I got to remember that they're going to take out $30 today or $60 or something. Kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah, but once you get used to it, it's really not that big of a deal. But yeah, it's definitely one of those ones. If you're at the 30% repayment plan, which means you pay it back faster. You sell a $10 item, you're basically just paying your loan off at that point, which again is not bad.
Good boy.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're in a good position there, Grandma Magic, to if you could knock those credit cards and that student loan out. I mean, that's only $2,100. You know, you'd be all right. And like again, all you're doing is basically saying, okay, I'm going to pay this stuff off, and then I'm going to slowly pay the PayPal loan off, which is what's going to make all my stuff go back faster. But the nice thing is they'll tell you how much they give you. You don't have to take it. If it's not going to be enough to do what you want to do, you can always just say, I just decided not to do it.
Hey, Eric, is that like a WWF action figure back there?
Yes, it is. It's Hulk Hogan from 1984. You missed my WWF headband. Actually, it's not even WWF. It's WF.
Oh.
I got the Hulkster. This is the one with the championship belt. And then what's really cool is I got this glass. It's 1985, but it's got Andre the Giant,
Right.
got Roddy Piper, Hulk Hogan, the Iron Sheik, Junkyard Dog.
I met Piper. I have a picture of me and him together.
Oh, I like Piper because of this movie.
Andre the Giant dead, right?
Oh yeah, died a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. Actually, Piper died too recently.
Yeah.
Listen, you miss the fun stuff though.
He's stolen one of Dusty's headbands.
See, you gotta wear the Hulkster headband when you work out.
That's not my headband.
And now it has some Eric sweat on it.
That's right.
Good.
I need to
Dusty
auction
has
it
that
out.
dodgeball headband, right?
I was gonna throw away the stupid projector because I hate shipping them because they're so big and pain in the ass. But then it's $125. Oh yeah, Grandma Magic. Using the movie They Live. That's right. I am here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
That movie Frogtown. Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Ah, yeah.
I'll never forget because when I met him, I had him sign the movie, and he was like, "Where the fuck did you dig out this piece of crap?" Because it's like a really bad movie.
Dusty, feel free to turn off your mic as well as your camera.
He's like the video police.
I know.
I see you're working on glasses today, Jason.
Wait, she would go crazy with Dusty's bathtub escapade.
Oh, that's true.
Lord.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Eric?
Are you doing glasses today?
Glasses. Oh, at some point I was hoping to get to them, yeah.
Yeah, I've only got $1,000 sitting right there. I think I'll get to them eventually.
I know.
There's a method to his madness.
I know.
Don't pick on him.
These things are so cool.
Very sweet on you, man. Every time I say something, she's like, that's totally defensive.
He's my supplier. I'm like his guard dog.
I told him to give you a call when he got that storage unit because there's some good
I don't
stuff
have
you can have.
room. I know. I want it. I already
I
told
trust
my
everything.
husband. I know.
I put a big load to Goodwill. The whole truck.
Oh, you're killing me.
I said, get with Sherry, she'll take it. But he's like, no, she doesn't have the room.
No, because last time I went with Sherry, her husband gave me the death look.
Yeah, I know. He was like, "What the fuck did you get me into?"
You know, Sherry, you really don't need a living room.
Yeah. I agree, but the husband not so much. So I gotta live within the parameters I'm assigned at the moment. But I am kind of leaking out into the other rooms.
Well, I mean, I don't. Do you have a 2-bedroom place?
Yeah.
That second bedroom needs to be an inventory room.
It is. That's where you see me taking pictures and stuff. You saw what it looks like in there.
You're in what, the dining room?
Yeah, I'm in the dining room now, and this is like my packing room. Look.
Oh, geez.
This is the dining room.
Oh my
So,
God.
yeah.
No wonder why you didn't look so happy.
Well, you
We're
know,
a little, yeah.
take out that table.
No,
You'll have plenty of space.
Actually, that stuff worked out fine. As long as, I just made sure that it wouldn't hurt his feelings if I went through it and cherry picked after that yet and got rid of some. And he was like, I don't care. Jason said, I don't care. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, if he's going to donate it,
That's what I did.
it doesn't matter to him. So, but yeah, you should have.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not that far away. You could have come home with a load of stuff, cherry pick through it again. And
I know. But I'm trying to, it's a lovely balance when I have another job and I'm trying to kiss corporate butt there, trying to get more hours. And I'm like working some weekends there to like,
is this
you know how it is. I'm trying to keep everybody happy.
Is your corporate job paying you more than you can make on eBay if you spent all that time on eBay?
I don't know, but I'm scared to try. I'm not ready to give that up yet because it's a pretty good gig that I can do at home. So I'm just, I'm doing both. I'm doing both.
You and Sally are still working for the man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I'm just about over it.
Yeah, don't worry. After a while,
I get to that point sometimes, but then when I really crunch the numbers, I'm like, gotta do both.
Yeah, I mean, I did it part time for like 10 years maybe before I went full time.
Hey, shut up.
I'm still learning, so each time I go sourcing, it's a little bit better.
Yeah, but just think if Jason continues to buy storage units, you could go pick up the stuff he doesn't want.
I'd even help you load and stuff like that. I really would.
You're going to pay him off in labor. I mean, he would appreciate that.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I'm not a heavy lifter, but I can move crap around pretty good. I do it here all the time.
All right. So next time I buy a storage unit, come up here.
I'm on deck.
Yeah.
You need to give me some notice though, because my other stupid job, so I can like block out.
Well, that's the problem. You don't have a notice. If I win it, I have to like.
I know.
Yeah, but a lot of times, I mean, Jason's going at like 3:00 in the afternoon to pick something up, and a lot of times you're done at that point for the day.
No, I'm not. No, why do you think I'm done at that point?
You go to bed at like 6.
When you're cracking open the beer, we figure you're done working.
That doesn't mean I'm done working.
Okay.
That's the beauty of working at home. I work. It just varies. I work until 7:30 some nights. So.
I'm looking at a storage unit right now that looks pretty good, but it's a 10 by 25 and it's packed to the ceiling and I can't see what's back there. I'm afraid there's going to be like refrigerators or something that like I can't move.
Oh my gosh!
Drop me a link, Jason.
What do you do? Like if you get refrigerators, you could put them like for free on OfferUp or.
You can donate them. You can give them to your scrappers. They'll take them. I mean, you got to find the right people.
We need to
the
know
problem is I don't have temporary storage right now other than my storage unit, which I didn't want to put shit in. I'm full at the shop.
Find somewhere that'll take refrigerators.
Well, you
like
can
a charity.
You can donate them to Goodwill and stuff like that. If they'll take furniture and things, they'll take a refrigerator as long as it's clean.
Oh, they will? I didn't think of that.
Mm-hmm. Some of them.
The problem is, what if I can't move myself?
The refrigerators are actually pretty easy.
I'll help you. That would be a comedy show right there, man.
Well, that's where
there's like a 800-pound anvil back there.
There's people that collect stuff for scrap too, and they'll come pick it up gladly.
What are you, like the Road Runner? There's an anvil.
You have to get it out like in 2 days.
Anvils are good sellers.
Oh no, I know. Don't get me wrong. I'd be happy if there was an 800-pound anvil there. Believe me.
Yeah,
Oh my
100-pound
God.
anvil
Jack
is going to
Snack.
be $400. I mean, that's what's nice. I mean, people forget about stuff like this. It's a pain in the ass, but
Donate them to the worst neighbors in the neighborhood for their kids to play in.
Okay.
That's right.
Keep the door on. Yeah, I know.
send me the link, Jason. I want to take a look at this unit.
All right. I mean, you saw it already.
Did I?
Yeah. You'll recognize it as soon as I.
Yeah. The problem is we sit there and go through like 70 units every couple nights. Like,
What's that one with all the reloading equipment?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. You got to buy that one.
Yeah. See, Eric loves to spend my money.
There's good potential in that one.
Funny.
There is, but I can't see back there. Like, you can't see
That's
the full
the
guy.
fun part.
And it's like haphazardly thrown in there.
That's
I mean,
that's
there's a couple of there's a snap-on rolling toolbox that looks sweet.
See, to me the price on that unit is still very reasonable. When's it close?
It's still got 6 days. but-
Yeah, you're gonna at least double the might. It's gonna go double at least on that one.
Yeah. But I mean, when you look at the front, that wrench there, that's like a $200 wrench, believe it or not. That's massive pipe wrench.
Oh yeah, the pipe wrench. Yeah,
When they start getting past 48 inches, they're a lot of money.
you've got like 3 or 4 toolboxes in there. I mean,
I don't want to help with that one. That one doesn't sound fun.
there's a lot of stuff behind it though too. That's gonna be good.
Unless it's a bunch
Ammo
of boxes of
cases.
Barbies, I'm out.
There might be guns. That's the only, and there's a big safe right in the front. There's always one of those just to tempt you.
Mm.
You know, it's not even a little tiny safe. It's like a big one.
Well,
Wow.
there's good stuff in that unit. That looks like somebody cleaned out their guy stuff area and just threw it in the garage, threw it in there, and didn't really stack it well. So it's not been gone through because you couldn't go through it.
No, that's the part that scares me in a sense, though, because it's so packed. It's all the way to the ceiling, and you can't see past the front. What if there's like 10 mattresses back there? What
Oh, you should be. I can kind of see back there. You can't see. I don't see anything that looks like mattresses.
Hold on. Hi, Tara. And Facebook said that it was somebody's birthday. Is it Mr. Jim Carrey's birthday?
Happy birthday, Jim.
We have to embarrass him.
You mean that?
Dex. I know. I
Dirty
don't
Jim.
understand all that. Did he
Dirty
change his?
Jim. Just call him Dirty Jim. That's what he really prefers.
No,
Dirty
I can't. I'm not calling him that.
It brings back memories for him. Back to his bartending days.
Oh, Lordy. Where is he? Sally's gonna sing to him.
Tara, we can't hear anything.
Uh-oh.
We can't hear anything.
Can't hear you.
There we go.
Bye.
I'll be right back.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, I don't. I think I wouldn't spend more than $2,000 on that unit.
Yeah. Like I said.
Where is it?
Where is it?
Yeah,
Toyota.
it's state.
It's up in like the Poconos.
It's Toyota.
Yeah.
Well, you can swing by, grab Sherry, and then drive on up.
Yeah.
I need notice. Unless I can work on my laptop while we're driving up there. I need some notice.
Did you work on your phone?
No. And I'm not supposed to work from public Wi-Fi's.
Oh, you got.
I need to get my own little Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can get one of the little portable ones you can take with you.
Yeah.
Well, they're like $50 a month, but is what those things
Yeah.
run. But they also have some that you can buy that you use, and it's like $50, but then you don't have to buy it. You don't get a monthly fee. You have to pay to use it again. I mean, for like you can buy like 10 mega download time, and when you use it up, you buy another 10 meg card or something. You know, it's a certain fee for however much space you use. So if you use it up and
Is it just a card or is it a?
it's a little box, it's a little Wi-Fi box.
Okay.
It goes off your cellular signals.
So that, yeah, okay.
Oh, Eric, that action figure one got pulled.
Yeah, I kind of figured it would.
Which sucks because if you read the labels a little more closely, like when I went back and looked, all those action figures were AFA graded.
Mm.
Oh,
That would have been nice.
it was at $5,000 when it closed.
Wow.
But man, there were so many. I counted the box. It was like insane amount of boxes in there, man. It was so worth.
Why do they pull them? It was a storage auction?
Yeah,
People pay their unit.
Yeah, you can pay
Ah,
all the way up until you pay for the unit. They can redeem the unit.
gotcha. So only the owner can get it pulled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bad thing is they leave them up there to draw traffic to the site, and then they pull them right before the auctions. Usually within
That's
a day or
not
two of the
cool.
auction closing.
Good morning, Mr. Sadie.
To be honest, it doesn't matter anyway. I don't need to buy anything. I
Well,
need to sell stuff.
are the shoes up yet?
No, I took pictures of the first 12, and I'm just gonna go over them and make sure that they're okay before I continue with all the rest. And I got the descriptions on paper, like, so I just have to take the rest of the pictures and I'm good. I'll have them up this week. As well as I want to put up about 100 clicker dies.
Yep.
That I
They
need
keep
to
working
send.
through those.
Yeah, got to keep working on them. Taking up space.
Do I have sound now?
Yay.
Yeah.
Can you
And
hear
I
me now?
have those
Mhm.
the action figures that I gotta get rid of. Those are all set to go. Still, I haven't listed those.
Isn't it funny, Jason? Before you hung out with us, you never had back stock. You never had giant piles of stuff.
I know, it's so true. Everything was nice, clean, organized. I just
There was
sold-
no pressure until Eric and Dusty come along and say, you need to do this.
He was making so much money selling tools, and now he's selling, you know, he's a pimp selling Nikes, and he's got his sunglasses set up there. I mean, you know.
It's like I'm having fun listing all this different variety of stuff, but I'm not making as much money.
Yeah. you
I
probably-
mean, you don't make as much on your one or two individual things, but I think you're getting a lot more income rolling in on a steady basis. I mean, when your last month and a half or 2 months, when you were really listing all that stuff, you were really rolling the cash back in.
Yeah, but those were all tools.
Well, then stop buying this crap and buy tools. Stop us. Did you get all those Spawn figures listed?
They're in drafts, done. I just haven't posted them yet.
See, the problem is you're handling this stuff like it's tools. You need to handle it like it's regular merchandise and just get it out there.
I know, but I just haven't felt like shipping right now.
Jason's taking another month off.
No. Yeah, I'll post them soon.
So Bearded Picker, is he like chatting on his phone as he's driving?
Probably.
That's a little disturbing.
Yeah, he's always on the road.
Yeah, but he might be with his brother. He goes off on the road with his brother all the time.
He's like the Travelocity gnome.
Oh my God, that's what Jim says. He says he reminds me of like a yard gnome. I want to put that big hat on him.
But he's got like the gnome grin too. And that smile, he looks like that real, like where their cheeks get high.
No
The
disrespect.
rosy cheeks. He looks like when he's smiling.
No disrespect.
Looks like a gnome.
That was meant in a nice way.
All due respect.
And stop,
Anyway,
stop that, God, if it's only you.
With all due respect.
Yes.
Where's that from? You know where that's from.
Save.
Save it.
I'm gonna save it. It's already past it.
Happy birthday, Dex.
Hey,
He's the big 52 today.
Woohoo! Happy birthday!
He's officially old.
thank you, everybody. I feel colder and closer to the light.
I'm gonna feel that way next week.
Walk towards the light.
You're only a year ahead of me, so
You're the oldest one on the panel, but don't let that get to you.
5 more days. I turn 51, so
Wow.
Yeah.
One day you're 19, partying with no shirt on, and you're 52.
the next thing you know,
Good.
you're trying to take the shirt off because you've let the body go. Yeah.
Lots of birthday wishes in the chat too.
No, I guess I didn't look at the chat. I was thinking of something.
Thank
but
you, Eric.
I don't think I should tell that story when it's live.
Oh. Well, that's pretty. Now, okay, now you're baited them.
Well, Jim's talking about, oh yeah, when you're 19, you don't have a shirt on. So he told me a story. He used to do landscaping out of high school and stuff, so he was real fit at one time. So he had his
One time. No offense.
girlfriend who he married, who was his first wife, and one of his guys he worked with said, "Why does your girlfriend have a fat butt?" So he took a shovel and hit him in the dick with it. I don't know why that story popped into my head.
I didn't actually hit him. I stabbed him with it. We were digging out a shrub in front of a church, and it was a hot day. And this guy once in a while, he'd just make a wisecrack or something. And everybody was kind of crabby. It's like 90 degrees in the shade. We're digging out this huge shrub. We got 4 guys in a circle digging this thing out. So he makes this crack.
Here,
So
I'll
I
let you sit down.
moved to one side, and you know how your shovel is cupped like this? I turned it over like this, so the bottom side of the shovel was up, and I just took it and I just stabbed him, and I hit him. And the reason I know this is because he pulled his pants down when it happened. I hit him in that bone right above your thing, and it had this half moon dark red like cut. And his brother, who was bigger than me, I thought, well, now his brother's going to kill me. Now I'm going to have to go at it with the brother. But he's like, no, he had it coming. But anyways, laying on the ground, moaning, and he pulls his shorts down, and he's like, look what you did to me. Look what you did to me. Anyways, funny. I don't know what that has to do with my birthday.
All right, Jim, get Tara back.
I definitely had no shirt on that day, but I wasn't drinking or partying. It's just I don't like comments. He goes, yeah, why is your girlfriend's butt so big? I'm like, okay. Wrong day.
You deserve a shovel in the nuts for that.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Yeah, you should have responded with that.
No, you should have said, because I hit it so hard it spreads out. I mean, that's all.
Oh my god.
I think I think we call it the
We
pubic,
just took a turn.
but there's a bone above in your pelvis. There's like a bone above that area. Because I remember him saying, you hit me in the bone, you hit me in the bone. But he didn't mean his, he meant that bone in the pelvis.
That's right. That was that 60s free love time anyway.
Yeah. It was right after the war. I think it was in the late 40s.
Oh, Lord.
I put together with paint and sealing wax.
Real men use shovels.
Yeah. Better watch out. Jessica's gonna get mad at you.
Why?
Not you, Sherry. She's letting the dog kiss her.
Oh,
What, Jessica is not
She
into
doesn't
that?
believe in dog kisses.
well, especially a dog like yours, Eric, where the tongue is like as big as my head.
But if the dog's really cute, I mean, what can you do?
She's actually just licking me here. It's not like a French kiss or anything.
I'm not saying that.
Dog don't know the rules.
Now see, my Mason, he was a great kisser because I mean, big head, but he's got big face and everything. It was like, I mean, he'd walk up and just give you a nice kiss. I mean,
Hold on, I need another
he
cup.
would never lick you. He wasn't a licker, whereas Zeus is a licker. So
I don't know. Our dogs like wait until you say something. They'll like sit on your lap and
And
they'll
then they
stare.
stick their tongue in your
And as
mouth.
soon as you open your mouth to say something, in goes the tongue, the pink dart.
you know why that's because they're trying to get you to throw up.
No, no.
Yeah, that is true. That is what they're trying to do. When they're a puppy, mom will sometimes regurgitate food, so they learn that. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to actually get you to regurgitate food for them.
Oh, it's disgusting.
So yeah, it's kind of funny, but.
Mm-mm.
So that's what that girl was trying to do. Oh, okay.
Okay, we need Tara back now. What did you do with her?
I don't know.
Tara's not much better, believe me. So.
Oh, she's pulling shit. Oh, she's helping me ship because it's my birthday. That's awesome.
Oh, that's cute.
So why you gonna go out and build a crate?
Why is she all up in my shipping? I do have a crate today, which I'm going to film.
I think you should let her build it.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to get one of those TAMs and a monocle and a cigarette holder and one of those big horns, and call action. And I'm going to direct my ultimate cinematic masterpiece of me putting a forge blower in a crate.
I think you should let Tara build the crate so that she realizes how much work Hey, shut up. How much work goes into these big
I'm gonna mute you. Hold on.
That she buys and everything. So
that's not gonna happen, Eric.
You muted yourself.
Oh, you muted her.
No, shut up. I don't know how to do it.
That is dirty cool. Oh boy.
This is how you do it, Sherry.
Oh, Eric is a vengeful god. Anyway.
I know. He's mean.
Eric does it Old Testament fashion.
Yeah.
Anyway, so got that going on today. And the reason why I bartended, the reason they called me Dirty Jim, was a bar that I wound up working at. His daughter was like, I don't know, 20 years old. And we hung out all the time, completely platonic. Nothing was going on or whatever. But everybody thought that we were like dating or something, and we weren't. But that's how I got the reputation, because I was 36 and she was 20. So I was like, that's why they're calling me Dirty Jim.
Are you trying to tell me that you
right down the gutter, there's nothing happening?
Yeah, are you trying to tell me you never thought about it?
Oh yeah, I asked her. Yeah, I said, "Hey, what's going on? Is this leading somewhere?" She's like, "No, I just want to be friends." I'm like, okay, meant it, so that was it. But you get guys right when they get divorced, they're all freaked out. Especially when my wife left. But so you get like, oh God, how am I ever going to get into the another relationship or whatever? I was with her. We could go out to eat. We could go to a movie. She's a pretty girl. We could do all this stuff. There's just nothing going on in the romance department, but still you felt like you had companionship and you didn't feel like a complete, loser or whatever. And then I was out of the dating scene long enough to like get my head together where I could live on my own and get normal again, where you don't just like jump into a relationship with somebody else and you're still all screwed up from the last relationship. It worked out good. I was glad it happened. And we're still friends today. She's a real nice girl.
Now she's older. Does she still think of you as Dirty Jim?
No, they see her and her sister. She's got an older sister. Yeah, they both still call me Dirty Jim. Or Dirty. They just call me Dirty.
I don't understand why they call you Dirty just because.
He was gonna be an older. I mean.
Well, let me put it this way.
I think there's more to this story.
Yeah, she wasn't the only 20-something girl I was hanging out with. So we go to
There we go.
And we load up this minivan full of like girls that were like, I don't know, 20 to 22 years old. And I go take them places and we party and stuff.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
now
so,
the truth comes out. Okay.
Yeah, don't ever, if you're to all those 36-year-old plus guys out there, do not try to keep up with a 20-year-old girl. It will. You're burning the candle at three ends, because these girls can party till 6 o'clock in the morning, and you got to work at 8. It's rough. I lost like 40 pounds. It was crazy.
As I say, right now I'll be 51, and I have a lower age limit of like 35 because I have a 32-year-old daughter, so I can't go below that number if I were going to go dating again. So that number keeps increasing.
It's hard because you don't have things in common. I mean, in the time difference, when you really sit down and talk to the person, you grew up in a different era. Yeah. They don't. It's like it is hard to get your head around. Anyway.
Do you remember Bonanza?
Remember Speed Racer? Wasn't that a great show? What's Captain Kangaroo? What?
So,
Or
Sherry,
they'll
your
talk
husband's a little bit older than you, right?
What?
Your husband's a little bit older than you. I mean, I'm not saying he's like 15 years older or anything like that.
Oh, my husband's older. Not a year. A year.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh.
We watch the same shit. Yeah, it does help when you can
Yeah,
get each other's
yeah.
jokes and stuff.
My wife was 5 years. My second wife was 5 years younger than me, and yeah, there were times when even 5 years, and you're like, yeah, you graduated 5 years after I did. I mean, I was out working while you were in high school. I mean, you don't think about stuff. Now, we didn't meet until much later, but it's a little bit different.
Yeah, Jessica's like 6 years or so younger than me.
Oh,
And,
I didn't realize there was that much difference there.
And Tara's 8 years younger than me.
Yeah, but
Oh,
Jessica
boy.
acts
Okay.
older than Jason. She's more like the parent of the whole thing. So
I know she is. Well, a little bit. She's fun though.
Oh yeah, but we don't see eye to eye on like certain like TV shows and stuff.
Yeah.
well, you can only watch. I mean, are you done watching the bride wedding stuff?
Oh, yeah, for now.
Oh no, Jason, no.
Right
She makes
now,
you
it's
have to watch it with her?
right now it's 90 Day Fiance.
She made him watch all those
90
shows.
Day Fiance. Yeah, she likes those reality shows. I like those too, but
Yeah.
I don't get those channels anymore. I'll come to your house and watch it with Jessica.
Yeah, okay.
Please do.
She might be monitoring that. Be careful what you say to Jason. We don't want to get him in trouble.
Oh,
No, she doesn't. She doesn't monitor any of this. She's like, you go off and play with your little friends. That's all.
Yeah, she
Get out of
calls
my
us
hair.
little friends because we're this big on the screen.
Yeah. Your little friends in the computer.
Oh my God, I thought you people are all like 8 inches tall. It's amazing. You're like normal people.
Yeah.
Remember when you were a kid going around to the back of the TV trying to figure out how the people were in there?
No.
No.
No, that was just you.
I remember looking for the 2 screws to hook up the Atari, though.
Oh, there you go. I was like
Actually, my husband's like 3 years.
I was like 11 years old when the 2600 came out. Was it older than that? When did that come out?
77.
77?
Yeah, when the Atari came out. Yeah, pretty sure.
I was 11.
I was 10 and 75, so I would have been when I was a little bit older.
12, but yeah, I was 11 when it came out. I remember it coming out. My buddy had one.
That was a big thing when I was a kid. When I was Pong was a big thing. You'd burn a line down the middle of the TV screen because you'd leave it on.
What, Pong?
Yeah, do you have the big orange Pong machine?
Yeah,
About that big, and it just I remember playing Pong.
yeah, they were a big. Yeah, it was. I don't know, probably about 2 feet long. Yeah,
It was big.
yeah, the 2 paddles.
That's all
And
you
then
had.
Sears
You had
made
like
a
4 or 5 different variations of Pong in there. I mean,
Yeah, they had the Odyssey Pong, and there's so many. There's the Coleco one where it was a triangle, and you had like a gun, and you had a Pong, and you had something else.
yeah, I had the orange console, whatever that one was. I think that might have been an Odyssey, but I don't remember.
Odyssey was white.
Well, Odyssey had those metal cards that you had to plug in, and then you had that plastic you hit that stuck to your TV screen by static.
Oh no, I didn't. Mine was a pure machine, and it was on a cord. You lifted the whole machine up, and you'd sit there right next to somebody and be sitting there playing because it didn't just detach or anything. I mean, it was a big machine.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, ours. I think you had paddles that plugged in. I think you did have, or they were permanently wired in. I don't think they unplugged. And you had these cards. All the information was inside the machine already, but when you plugged the card in, it would tell the game it was, or tell the machine it was a different game. Like you'd have like this scavenger hunt where you'd have a flashing dot somewhere and you had to locate it, but everything was a flashing dot or Pong. It didn't have any like animation or anything like that. But it was a big thing because my friends had, a lot of them had like the Sears. You could buy the Sears catalog version of Pong, and that's all it did was play Pong and handball. And this one had a couple other games, so it was a big deal.
Yeah, that's the one I had. Where it was Pong and handball, and I think there was one other game. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it was, and it was all dip switch. I mean, it's just a big metal switch. You had like 3-position switch.
Yeah, but do you remember what the console that came out right after Pong?
Nope.
The Odyssey 1, I think it was called. It looked like a vacuum cleaner. It was the funniest looking thing, and you would take each game would come with a big overlay that you had to put over your TV screen.
That's what I had, Jason.
Yes, I had the one before that.
Okay, I had the one with the screen overlays. Yeah, you had like haunted house and in the tennis, you had like a tennis court that would stick to the screen. That's what we had. It was a green with a line down the middle to be like a tennis court. But you could play different games. It was like 5 or 6 different games, and you had a aluminum cartridge, or it was plastic handle with aluminum cartridge, and you shoved this thing in the machine, and that told it what game to play. Yeah, that's what we had. Odyssey 1.
Yep, and then there was the Fairchild F.
I didn't have that. Wow, that sounds fancy.
Yeah, it wasn't that good though.
Did you wear like
I'd love to say all these kids that are playing games today and being big gamers are going to handle some of those old machines. What you're going to play with now for the next 2 years. Watch them go insane. I remember Pong for hours. If you set it up right, you could actually sit there and just let it go because it bounced and hit the things perfectly. I mean, it was kind of the fun thing. You get bored.
Pong didn't excite me that much, but when Arkanoid came out, I was like, game on.
Yeah, I remember the 2600 was like outer space, like Space Invaders and Missile Command. It was when you saw it when you first saw it at a friend's house and got to play it. It was like your jaw just dropped. It's like, oh my god, how could it get any more high tech than this? This is the pinnacle of game technology.
I was testing games yesterday, actually, or 2 days ago, rather. I hooked up that Atari 800, and I was playing Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Donkey Kong Jr. I was having so much fun.
Is that the one you decided to keep?
Yeah.
As a testing module, you know.
Absolutely. Got to test stuff.
The funny thing is about those two, as bad as the graphics are and how crude they are, when you play them, they're not any easier now than they were back then, though. You think, oh, yeah, this is probably so easy compared to what we have now. No, in a lot of ways, they're hard games. I mean, they do take skill.
The games were very hard back then, and a lot of it had to do with instead of making like different, there was not much memory, so instead of making different like levels and screens, they would just speed the game up as the more you got through it.
Remember the little beeping? I mean, and the fastest going, you're going like crazy on these things. And
Hey guys, I'm gonna shut the show down because I'm gonna go to bed.
Screw you! No.
All right.
Okay.
I'll see you tomorrow.
We'll sleep tight, little girl.
Thank you.
Bye, Sally. Bye, everybody.
I have a happy birthday, Dex.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks, everybody in the chat.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow. Get lots of sales. Work hard. Love each other.
Love each other. But don't love each other too much.
Get on this. You need to
Only
get
this much. Only this much.
This episode brought to you by Trojan.
Oh my god! We were in Walmart clearance aisle yesterday. They got that Trojan lube. It's a little bottle. I mean, a teeny weeny bottle. It's $9 on clearance. I'm like, what is in this stuff that they think is worth $9?